All right, let's talk about the carbonyl group in organic chemistry. This is the carbonyl group. It's a C double bonded to an O, and then the C is bonded to a couple of other things. Hybridization, the C is attached to 1, 2, 3 things. That means I need sp2 hybridization. The shape here, when one thing is attached to 3 things, is trigonal planar. In a trigonal planar molecule, the angles are 120 degrees. And is this thing polar? If I was to look at the electronegativity value on the periodic table for O and for C, I would see that this thing would be slightly negative and this end would be slightly positive. So the answer here is yes. There's two types of molecules with a C double bond O, aldehydes and ketones. In an aldehyde, the C double bond O is on the end of a carbon chain, and with a ketone, the C double bond O is somewhere in the middle of the carbon chain. And I'm not exactly sure why they needed to have two different classes of molecules, but they do. So for example, this is the general formula for an aldehyde. We've got a bunch of carbons here, and the last carbon, which is this one, is attached to an H and a double bond O. As opposed to in ketones, when I've got a long chain here, and this guy's somewhere in the middle of the chain. Here's an example of an aldehyde. With an aldehyde, I use the ending ANAL, anal. So this is 2 carbons, so this is F. Right. No need to put where this double bond O is, because it's always going to be on the end if I see this ending. This guy. Now the double bond O is somewhere in the middle. I've got 4 of them. It's bute. And then I use the ending anone. But where is it? It's off of number 1, 2, so this is 2-butanone. Some famous guys, yes. Formaldehyde is an aldehyde. We use this for preserving. They used to use it in preserving specimens that you dissect in biology, like pigs used to be soaked in formaldehyde. Now they use something else. Also, it is a disinfectant. If they have a benzene molecule in them, like this, you would, often they smell quite nice. For example, this one, where you're attached to a C double bonded to an O bonded to another H, this smells like almonds, which I wrote down. This is the guy that makes the almond smell. Large ones are often found in plant oils, and they have a very nice flowery smell. Famous ketones, they're often used by animals to communicate to each other. So 2-heptanone is used by ants when they are traveling from one place to another and they want to be able to find their way back again. They lay a little scent down of 2-heptanone to find their way back. They also use it to warn each other of danger. Pheromones, which are sex attractors in humans, are also ketones. Here, physical properties. So there, in these molecules, there will not be any H bonding. I do not have O or H attached to an O, N, or F. So therefore, they're going to be small intermolecular forces here. Yes, it's better. So if I'm interested in comparing things, the intermolecular forces in these with other molecules, they would be better than ethers. but they were probably worse than alcohols. Alcohols have hydrogen bonding, ethers don't either. Small chain ones are soluble in water, um, and since this C double bond O is polar. Um, so that ends our quick brief look on the carbonyl group and how you name the two different compounds that have a C double bond O. They're aldehydes and ketones, their general formulas, and the structure of this carbonyl group.